Nous sommes maintenant en ligne avec
Now we are online with Idriss Bari, a member of the civil society movement called the Broom Citizen.
Bonjour.
Alors, merci de nous rejoindre dans cette
Hello,
émission.
the French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in Burkina Faso on Tuesday, but on the eve of his arrival, several civil society organizations had called for boycott over this visit. Was Citizen part of it?
Merci. Le Ballet citoyen n'a pas appelé à s'opposer à la venue de Macron.
Thank you. The citizens had not called to oppose the coming of Macron. The citizens had simply asked the authorities not to consider Macron's visit as a great event at the point where schools were being closed. Otherwise, we are not opposed to the coming of Macron in Burkina Faso. On the contrary, we wanted that he come to Burkina Faso to hear us out, to hear our message of Africanews through Burkina Faso young generation. There have been demonstrations from a few association structures. It is their right. We are a state of law. It's normal that everyone can express themselves. Everyone chooses the form of an expression that suits him. But citizens did not call for boycott during Macron's visit in Burkina Faso.
Mr. Bari,
the Broom citizens had sent an open letter to Emmanuel Macron a few days before his visit to Burkina Faso. What was its content? Actually, a few days before his arrival in Burkina Faso, the NGO, that is the Broom Citizen, with other associations, sent an open letter to President Macron in which they pointed out a number of concerns. Among these concerns, there is the issue concerning Sankara. In this case, the Broom Citizens had requested, in accordance with the demands of the investigating judges in charge of the Sankara issue, that the secret defense at the level of France are lifted so that the judges in Burkina Faso, in collaboration with the French judge, can have access to the French archives to determine the real involvement of French officials of the time in the assassination of Thomas Sankara and his companions. And among many other issues apart from that of Sankara, the association had actually asked that Mr. Francois Compaoré, who happens to be the younger brother of the ex-president Blaise Compaoré, to be extradited in Burkina Faso because there is an international arrest warrant which was issued against him that is between Abidjan and Paris. Therefore, we do not understand why Burkina Faso issued an international arrest warrant while France continues to accommodate someone who is presumed to have masterminded the assassination of Norbert Zongo. Apart from these judicial records, the Broom Citizen asked if there was, in fact, a certain level of relation between France and the African countries, breaking in the direction of aspirations of African people. Today, we see the struggle in several African countries to have democracy, the alternation and the state of law. Certainly, we in Burkina Faso in 2014, youth had taken its responsibility by hunting Blaise Compaoré from power after 27 years. But today in Africa, there are leaders who have more than 27 years in power. Therefore, people are still struggling here. Now, in his speech at the University of Ouagadougou, the French president had made several announcements with the classification of French archives in the Sankara affair. What response do you expect? Our expectations was really at the level of the judicial records because we want concrete things. The political speech may be what it is. That is to say, we made announcements and it is of great speech. It is beautiful. It is good to hear and applaud. But we have concrete cases at the level of Burkina Faso that we want to ask France. And these were the judicial issues. It has indeed satisfied, in any case, through speeches, a verbal expectation. But now we expect in a concrete way. It is this that the act actually that follows will be accordant with the speech. The fact to declare that France will be declassify the archives against many youth from Burkina Faso, and I have hopes towards the African youth, because the Sankara affair is beyond Burkina Faso. Just as the association Broom Citizen, we are certain. So this means that we have hopes towards the African youth because the Sankara affair was beyond our country, and we are certain about this.